Hello folks, thanks for tuning in again. I've come down to the allotment today with a plan. Often I don't have a plan and I look around the allotment for jobs to do. The jobs are generally what looks untidy. Now that can't really be the case as we're approaching spring and the real growing season is now upon us, where it's more important that you're on top of your planting and your plants than how it's looking. So don't worry about what your plot looks like. That you can tidy up afterwards. Get the planting done, get the pricking out done, get the sowing done, and worry about the aesthetics later. Right now, my job is to do some pricking out of these mixed salad leaves here, looking a bit worse for wear. Sprinkled into a seed tray. They are starting to get a bit leggy, but I can fix that by popping them on into their own pots. These small little pots here, you get 40 of them for about $4.99 from a discount store. Multi-purpose compost, tiny little hole in the middle. Using one of these dibbers here, it's actually just like a netting peg, absolutely perfect. Prick out a lettuce leaf here. Filling around it. And there we go. One lettuce leaf potted on. That'll be perfect now. It'll grow onto a decent size. I'll bring you back when I've done the rest. Last one of the lettuces, all pricked out now. Full tray of them there. One of my least favourite jobs of the garden, but it has to be done. Next on my list today was broad bean planting. Very simple. Multi-purpose compost in a tray. Make the hole for the beans. Put it there so you can see better. And I'm all about simplifying the process. I've watched 10 to 20 minute videos of sowing seeds and beans. It doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be as complicated as that. I'd like to simplify it to the bare minimum of what you have to do. Take the bean, pop it in the hole you made. There is a myth that if you lay them flat they could rot, but just whack them in. I've never had any failures at all with a broad bean. They're a big hit in our household, so it's important that I get these on because we've just had some go into the ground. So I swore to myself that I do some succession planting. Cover them up. And we'll give them a water. And we must not forget to label them, of course. Right then, the next thing on today's to-do list is to get those onion sets here in their forever home. I planted some lettuce the other day, and the lettuce will have protection from the onions because they give off a scent that the slugs don't like. So that is a plant working with a plant, companion planting. So let's get that done now. Insets in between these lettuce. Very simple. Push the onion set out. You'll see it's got a great root system. One of these bulb planters. Push it in and pop that down there. But don't plant the onion any deeper than it already is. So I'm not submerging the bit that's already been exposed. I'll do another one. Again, great root system. The onions and the lettuce are now in their own bed. It's looking fantastic. Let me show you. Let's take a look. As I said, the onions will act as a protection against the slugs for the lettuces, because the slugs don't like the odour that the onions give off. Working with nature rather than against it is always best. I've also got something to show you that I did the other day. Didn't film this, but I can show you today. I put the peas in. Cold hardy plants are peas, so they should have no problem going in there. And the chicken mesh is there for it to grow up. It's like their trellis. I look forward to seeing them climbing soon. I was just about to call it a day, and then I remembered. I noticed earlier that one of the first early potato buckets that I planted last weekend has broke the surface. The tubers come to the surface, I mean. If we've got a frost forecast this weekend, which I believe there's a chance we still might have, I must cover them up. Let's do that now. You can clearly see in this potato bucket a tuber breaking loose there. If a frost nips that this weekend, it'll have to redo all that work again that it's put into growing up to the surface, and we don't need to take a backward step. A light sprinkling of multi-purpose to cover that up, just for some protection, and we're good to go. Thank you for joining me on Benji's allotment today. I've achieved everything I set out to do. And while I'm here, I just thought I'd say thank you to the people that have watched these videos, the ones that have liked and subscribed. It's really nice of you to pay attention. I do this just for myself, but if you guys enjoy it as well, well, that's great, isn't it? And thank you very much for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye.